The Juice just went up and got fouled.
Hey?
The Juice just went up and got fouled.
Royce Manassa drives the triple.
Alrighty, welcome to the feed. Apologies everyone for the lack of audio, as much as I'm sure you were missing hearing our tones. Welcome Jules, sorry, welcome again.
Good to be here. Now that little spiel we gave at the start, we'll have to work that in between timeouts and quarter time.
We will. I think the audio problem was turn it off, turn it back on again. Funnily enough, that's all I did, and now it's working. So there we go.
Beautiful take by Cody Fredrickson, averaging 13 points, 3 assists a game, one of their key contributors.
Upstairs for Tommy Ailara. Couldn't get it to go. So that's Miles Thomas up top for Wyndham. Pulls the trigger on one. I think we saw Tommy Ailara knock one down earlier. Is that right, Jules?
That's correct. That's correct.
And the story of the day coming in, Pakenham Warriors 4-2, missing their star import, Malik Colvin-Selden, who's not with us here today. No news on what's going on there, but that's their other import, I think, Joe Davis, number 9, is that right?
Correct. Joe Davis, the Canadian. In lead up to this season, he had some really good things to say about Malik. As Tommy splashes another 3, calling Malik Colvin-Selden a human highlight reel waiting to happen. So disappointed he's not here this afternoon, but hope he's doing all right and back on the hardwood in the near future.
Yeah, I think that's something we were, as a Wyndham person, excited to see Malik in action because, as we were saying just before we got on the feed, that Malik Colvin-Selden signed with Wyndham prior to the cancelled 2020 season. So that would have been an exciting season for Wyndham with him here, and but obviously that just didn't happen. So we still have to wait even longer to see Malik in action here at Eagle Stadium. So that's number 13, Cody Fredrickson, trying to find a nice shot in the paint. Nice little fadeaway. Good footwork there, working with Daniel Herbert guarding him.
Excellent patience and body control from Fredrickson there. Didn't rush that shot.
Here's Troyce Manassa pulling his own version of that fadeaway. We haven't seen Troyce pull up too many threes this season, not shooting a 3-ball. Not that he's ever been a massive 3-point shooter, but that pull-up in the mid-range game, his ability to get into the paint.
Absolutely. Beautiful pump fake there.
Fredrickson just couldn't get it to go. Number 6 there, Callum McNiff, worked under the ring. Here's Oscar Jones. Good option, finding Herbert.
And that's, I believe, 2 steals at least for Troyce Manassa already. He's up pest on the defensive end.
He's averaging he's averaging 2.5, so he's already got his quota pretty much in this first half of the first quarter, as he just wasn't given the space that Tyrus Morton was looking for. So Wyndham out to an early lead, 10 points already. You see Josh Norling checking in, Daniel Herbert just having a rest.
And Wyndham coming back off a win last night, 111-75 versus Camberwell. So it'll be interesting to see, depending how this game goes, whether we get to see some of their players that don't average as many minutes.
Yeah, we saw just the 8 players in the rotation for Wyndham last night, so only a small bench for them there. I think they've added 1 to that. I see Bo Cossack there in the casual clothes, so he's obviously not playing. Might be an injury or something there. And Jovan Bojanic, the other sort of big man who comes off the bench for a few minutes for Wyndham, also not available, as Oscar Jones driving through a bit of contact. So at least if they're Wyndham missing a couple of players, but it's a couple of guys that sort of come off the bench more than anything, so it's not impacting them as much as missing Malik with 24 points a game.
Correct. And Pakenham not doing too badly this season. 4-2, so they're coming fourth right now in the competition.
Nice little scoop there. Tyrrell Morton.
Lovely. Both them and Shepparton, obviously two new teams into the championship division, but certainly been impressed with both of them so far.
Yeah, it's very good to see. It's Bellarine's second season up, but Bellarine doing some damage as well, knocking off Wyndham last week. As Miles is looking for his second triple, makes no mistake.
And Keysborough is the other one, I believe, last season was their first season, was it? First or second season back in the championship?
Test my memory there, Jules. I'm not sure. Sorry.
But there'll be a team to watch definitely this season.
Always very competitive. As number 11, Michael Johns is in as Kirkek there. Matt Burkek was trying to fling that one back in. As we've got small ball going here for Pakenham. I think they'd have, geez, is that Joe Davis taking Tommy Aguilara?
Yep. Giving
up some size there. We'll see if Tommy recognises that mismatch and looks to get inside. Although, not that he needs to, he can shoot the free ball as good as anybody.
Yep. There's not much you can do about that with Miles Thomas going to the base, fading, elevating.
Yeah, that turnaround fadeaway jumper from Miles this season, we've seen that a few times.
Yep. Yeah. He also has that one back to the basket. Let's call it the Kobe fadeaway, Jordan, if you will. But
it's typically a shot you're pretty happy with someone shooting, but he shoots those at a very high percentage.
If Pakenham want to keep him quieter.
Oh, that's a beautiful set out of the half court. There's a hard foul from Thomas. He's going to send, I think it's Tyrrell Morton going to go to line for two. Yeah, beautiful set out of the half court. They found Morton down on the baseline there, pretty much wide open. But he had the big man, Miles Thomas, hot on his heels, which sort of just created that little bit of hesitation, and he ends up getting fouled anyways. He's going to go to the line and knock his first one down. And he's 2 from 2.
Yeah, on the defensive end, Pakenham, as much as it's possible, need to keep Miles Thomas off the three-point line, make him drive. Easier said than done.
It's a great look for Josh Norling. Pulling up from the free throw line, knocking that one down. We've got JT coming off the bench just for 4 points a game, but he's much better than that once he gets the opportunity.
Absolutely. Hopefully play some big minutes this afternoon.
Who's the foul on here? 27, so Kane Hines called for the foul there as Morton was trying to drive and get some space past him. And he doesn't seem to be worried too much. Miles Thomas was certainly very confused, but it's on Kane Hines instead. Sorry, Callum McNiff, not Morton. Morton's number 7, McNiff. 6 in the pink shoes. As backcourt violation, I think the ball just slipping through Josh Norling's hands there. Well, Kane Hines was afraid to put it on the floor. See what the Warriors go to that half-court set again.
Oh, it's a nice switch by Aaron Dolney to deny the inbound.
Morton getting into the paint, making some space, getting rid of Josh Norling. Manasseh with an easy rebound. Oh, did all the hard work. Miles Thomas spinning through the lane. Only just to have that layup rim out as Aaron Dolney shifting across. Is called for the foul.
Just didn't get there in time, but good hustle play.
Yeah, you don't mind seeing that from a defensive standpoint. Like wasn't like he was very late on it. You could even argue that it was a no call, but Yeah, as a coach, he's not far off a very, very good defensive position, potentially taking a charge, but end of the day, it's a couple of free throws for the Warriors, I guess. Been good from the line so far. So Manasseh off, got a couple of Wyndham guards with Herbert and Jones. Aaron Dolney there in the corner as well. Really a good look at the youth of Wyndham, with just Miles Thomas, the only non-Wyndham player on the court. All these boys here from juniors all the way up into the men's program now. Aaron Dolney couldn't get the three ball to go.
And McNiff's been solid for Pakenham.
Nice dump off inside.
Yeah.
Joe Davis has had a great spot and held his spot, was patient, and I think that was a feed from McNiff, yeah. Good speed.
And Pakenham really looking to press.
And a steal from McNiff now. Having a great first quarter. Shot clock and game clock pretty much synced up. They're going to hold it for the last shot of the first quarter here. Looking to make the deficit just under 6.
That's good D by Wyndham.
Yeah, if that's the look they end up with at the end, you're pretty happy. I think Herbert could have got that off a bit quicker if he really wanted to. Didn't want to hurt the shooting percentage and got it off after the siren. But yeah, from a Wyndham perspective, if that's the shot they get at the last possession, it was good work with Miles Thomas and Aaron Dolney on that screen as it was coming. Good help stunt from Miles, and then forced a pretty errant pass, which
Absolutely.
ends up in a missed shot.
McNiff wanted to get 2 feet in the paint for that little pull-up or dump-off pass, and you're quite right, they defended that superbly. But just a 6-point game now. We're starting to get away from Pakenham, but
Yeah, it's good to see him come back, and hopefully, I mean, we're a couple of Wyndham guys. We want to see the home team win, but we of course want to see a good game of basketball, and hopefully, see one that's alive the whole way through the fourth quarter, and which so far so good, and it's going to be a nice high-scoring game, hopefully as well. If it keeps going this way, and both teams put up 100 points, it'll be nice and entertaining for us.
Yeah. And we got to go back to last week. Bellarine giving Wyndham their first loss at home. Boy, wasn't that an exciting game?
Yeah, it was a great game. Bellarine, coming up the highway and doing some damage.
And it all started on the defensive.
That was a big defensive pressure. They doubled it up with a win last night against Melbourne Uni as well in another tight one. So Bellarine taking some names and moving their way up the ladder.
And how many did Cavion Green?
Ex-Wyndham KG. Let's see here. Just the 7 points. 7 points, 3 rebounds.
Okay,
Only in 20 minutes. So maybe it just wasn't happening for KG. Been speaking to a few players around. There's plenty of, even in the women's program, a few players out with the flu. I've had a bit of the flu myself, and Coach Jared Hillier didn't even make it out to Camberwell last night.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's been crook all week. He's sitting down here in the VIP section, as I call it, down the end there. But
Quarantining himself.
Yeah, just so he's decided. So, but yeah, Wyndham women got the win as well at Camberwell. So 2 wins for the home team, or for the away team last night. For home team today. So Tommy's got some fresh kicks on too.
Are they the leanings? Is that right?
Might be, yeah. I saw a Utah Jazz logo on the heel, so not sure whose that is. Whoa, who's getting up? Tyrus Morton grabbing that from above the ring. Showing some hops.
Any higher and he would have had a nosebleed.
He's tried to fly there, but he's gone against frequent flyer Tomi Ailara. Tough man to go up against. We've got something here. I'm not sure what that was. Maybe a shot clock issue, maybe? I'm not sure. We're just restarting
You're right, it is the shot clock.
Shot clock hadn't restarted or something. So, okay, there we go. Referees don't miss a beat, do they?
Yeah.
Well, I can't speak for, I know one of them who does a fair bit of NBL 1 games, so you expect a pretty high standard from these guys, and so far they've they've been up to par, and Aaron Dolney gets what every shooter wants on his home court, friendly roll.
They didn't get much friendlier than that.
Did we get the pass back to Matt? So Joe Davis up and in for 2. Tommy O'Lara hands off to Dolney, looking for an option. Little lefty hook shot. I think Aaron's field goal percentage from 3 points probably better than his 2-point percentage so far this season.
Taking almost exclusively threes, but shooting at a high clip.
It's actually not far off. 40% from 2, 36 from 3.
Okay.
So he's as effective from inside as he is outside.
And
overall at 36. So
where's Miles Thomas at with his
Miles
three-point
is
percentage?
3-point percentage at 44%.
Very nice.
Yeah, that's a high clip, far out. Even when I wrote that down, I didn't even realise how high that was. Oscar Jones shooting it at 49 as well. There's Tony O'Lara, a little soft touch off the glass.
And that's a hard matchup, as you said. Steps out, shoots the 3, but also able to
Nightmare.
go to the
Nightmare
basket.
to try and figure out the solution to go against Tommy. Joe Davis is finding that out, as is Tyrus Morton. Tommy O'Lara putting some hard yards on the defensive end after a nice little layup. There's Manassa open from 3. Couldn't get it to go. Good rebound from Morton. He's been nice. Maybe just an over-exaggeration of the contact there from Tyrus Morton. Tommy O'Lara not happy with the call. That's number 13, that's Cody Fredrickson. And Fredrickson driving in. Off the glass, beautiful. Callum McNiff. I'm very impressed. McNiff and Norton. McNiff averaging 12.
McNiff's got 7 already.
I think Herbert was trying to find Kane Hines. Oh, he's got lucky here with 2 shots. The umpire's called him for 2 shots. You know it's... You know he was passing it when even Daniel walked to the baseline to make the inbound pass. I think everybody in the stadium other than one person thought he was passing that. Unfortunately, the one person who thought he was shooting it was the referee who called the foul. As he's missed the first free throw. And the second, as you say, Jules.
Ball don't lie.
That's right. So the Warriors still trailing 7. They're down 6 at quarter time.
Oh, unlucky there. Probably reached him a little bit too much. But
Was that after the initial steal, you think?
Yeah.
Or is that the... It was a late whistle, so he thought it might be on that sort of loose ball almost.
Yeah. But that shouldn't discourage Troyce Manassa from those, because he gets his hand on a lot of loose balls, causes a lot of steals, a lot of turnovers.
There's a foul here called on Wyndham. Plenty of whistles early on. Obviously the referees here wanting to see a nice free-flowing game as well, so hopefully the players and the coaches get the message there, and we'll see a lot of high scores. And
quite a physical game last week too with Bellarmine,
yeah,
wasn't
definitely.
it?
Yeah. Nice rebound inside from Josh Dow. Flicks it out. Cody Fredrickson for 3. Cuts the deficit to just 4 points now. Toby Iolara looking to get inside. Managed to draw the foul on Matt Burkett. Apologies. He's going to go to the line. We've seen something from Tommy this year that we didn't have last year. His confidence to get up and try and dunk one.
Yeah, definitely always had it, but it seems to be going for it a bit more this season.
Obviously that physicality, we've said many times, he had a strong 3x3 sort of off-season. So obviously a bit more space and a bit more elevation in that game. But to get up and try and dunk one off the dribble would have been really spectacular. Like we saw the putback jam from a few weeks ago, which if that's on that should be highlight of the year. Like that's an insane slam dunk off a 3-point attempt to come in and just absolutely throw one down. But to get it done off the dribble as well, off the dribble through traffic that's pretty rare to see. So I look forward to seeing if he keeps trying to get up and throw one down.
And getting a few off lobs as well. There's one I remember from earlier in the season with Troyce Manassa, put it up there for him to slam it down. So guys are looking to throw it up, and he finishes the rest, which is also good to see.
The Warriors looking for something.
They're executing well, moving the ball well.
Good patience. They haven't been rushing shots. They just had a little. Someone got a hand on it somewhere in there, and it's knocked loose. And Emmanuel Deng was fouled just in the backcourt there.
Good to see Emmanuel Deng get some minutes. Obviously played last season.
Yeah, still in the youth league. Emmanuel Deng, yep. He's got a corner 3 ball there. He's missed a lot. Tommy Iolara, right place, right time. Picks up the air ball, and I don't think Matt Burkett was expecting Tommy just to have it land in his lap, and I think he had an arm in, and Tommy goes up.
As Burkett takes the seat, obviously a tough cover with Tommy Iolara. He steps out and shoots the 3. He's always a lob threat, and now we've seen a couple of plays here going to the basket. That's a tough cover, so it'll be interesting now if Burkett
We're yet to see everyone. I don't watch a ton of the other games unless Wyndham's playing. Tommy Iolara, most dangerous 5-man in the comp?
Well, Malik,
we're going to have to.
Is he a 4-man?
I think he's a 4-man.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a fair point. It would have been good to see that matchup, actually.
I would say one of the most efficient ones without knowing all the 5 men that are out there.
Well, that's something to look at during the week.
He's probably not someone usually that's going to give you sort of 20 and 12, but super efficient. An important cover for the opponent.
Yeah.
Definitely one of the toughest matchups.
A very key piece of this Wyndham offense. Like, see him working on that high screen and roll a lot. As he's fouling Tyrus Morton this time. He wasn't afraid of the contest. Tommy Iolara, that might be his third foul already. So he's going to have a little rest. Kane Hines checks in. Torres Morton going to go to the line and shoot 2. Gets the first one to go. He's already 4 from 4, so he's good from the line. You put the jinx on him, as always.
Fade away, Kobe-esque. Here we go.
He called it. As Morton just couldn't get a clean hand on it. I think he saw Miles Thomas coming in hot.
And that's a good matchup, Davis on Thomas.
Yeah, I like seeing that. I see Miles get a bit more physical on that post-up, put a bit more of the body on Joe Davis there. Now it's Manassa. Kane Hines working hard for that one. And Manassa for 3. That's always a killer, a 3-point shot like that, coming off an offensive rebound.
Absolutely.
Coach killer, that one.
And great work by Kane Hines.
Good pressure from Wyndham there. Bringing the double team, and Miles Thomas almost coming up with it. just had a foot on the line as he was trying to fling one back in. So Morton making the inbound. Goes inside to Davis. Just surveying, looking for an option. The lefty hook's a great one.
That was a
Beautiful soft
move.
touch.
Great footwork and just, yeah, as you said, beautiful touch.
Manassa drew a couple on his way in.
Oh, beautiful block one. Was that Morton?
Yeah, it was. He's a hard man to keep out of it. Manassa got the friendly roll there. Good hustle from Deng, right on his tail. 3-ball, good looking 3-point shot. Couldn't get it to go. That was Josh Dow. Manassa getting in the paint again. This time finding Emmanuel Deng.
Beautiful little pass there.
Nice little dump off. I need a cough button. Have you seen the other commentators' things? Like they've got a button you can press.
Do they?
Yeah, so when you got a cough, you just press the button.
There you go.
Well, I'll just keep turning my volume down. So Emmanuel Deng's going to go to the line and shoot a couple of free throws. Yeah, nice little feed inside from Manassa. Yeah. He's just deadly. He just gets in the paint. There's so many, he just makes such good decisions once he gets in there, whether it's a little soft touch which balanced on the ring and then tipped in, or that time finding.
When you think about nightmare covers, right? Like in terms of guys you'd have to match up against that would, cause some issues. He's definitely up there.
Absolutely.
On both ends of the floor. Probably, one of the best sort of two-way players in the league. Such a balanced stat sheets in terms of points, rebounds, steals.
6 assists, 2.5 steals a game. We have the Golden Hands Award here in the BigV. Oh, it's Kane Hines did all the right things. As we see, just the wall up. It's a pretty commonly coached thing here in Wyndham through the juniors, just to get in there and get into a solid defensive position. As Manassa was not in one there and decided just to let Morton have the 2 points rather than give him the one opportunity.
Nice little curl cut, great execution. Probably a little too easy though.
Just a nice pass, yeah. Jones elevating on the baseline. Jump shot was good look.
Haven't seen too much of OJ this afternoon, but obviously coming off a 30-point game last night.
Keeping him fresh. Oh, he's 19. He's
yeah,
fresh.
I was going to say, he's not at that age. He could play a 7 o'clock game tonight if he wanted to.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
Dare I say it, maybe for my social team. If
you're trying to rope him into your Sunday, Sunday league.
Yeah, if he's interested, just a bit more cardio.
Well, I think he's your captain's one of the coaches for Wyndham there too, right?
Yeah,
who's that? It's
Liam Platt. Yeah.
Liam Platt,
yeah.
Assistant coach for Wyndham.
Yep.
Can ball as well.
Absolutely. Had a stint. I was talking to him at the start of the season, I think, with 3 different NBL teams.
Oh, right. Wow.
Sydney Spirit, I believe, definitely Wollongong Hawks, and I want to say West Sydney Razorbacks.
Yeah, right.
You might remember a couple of those teams, obviously not in the NBL anymore, but Wollongong, very much.
Yeah, right.
Very much
there you
in
go.
the league. So,
yeah, there's a few players there. Might have to suit up one day for Wyndham if they're short a player like they were.
Yeah.
Only 8 men on the bench last night. Could have chucked him a uni, surely. How would he go out there, you think? Liam,
do all right.
Need to get a
Guard, kind of like a combo guard.
Yeah.
Probably more of a point guard, I think.
Pop him in the corner there and see what he can do.
Yeah. He can definitely run the offense and then play a Aaron Dolney type role. I think as well. Bit of a marksman.
Interesting. Nice to see this game staying alive. We've got still 7 points here, so 6 points it was at quarter time. And it really hasn't changed much there, with no team really able to do much damage here in this second quarter.
Most of the games we've seen here at Wyndham Stadium, Mitch, have been pretty close, right? I mean, obviously there are blowouts in this league. Wyndham, had a blowout win last night, but the ones we've seen here, we've been quite lucky. They've been super close ones.
Yeah. Yeah, shout out to, I don't know if do you know Keenan Gorski? Playing for Hume.
Yeah, okay.
this year. He played at Wyndham when
Yeah.
they won the championship in 2022. Hit a last-second buzzer beater.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like that. Scores were tied, and he's
That was
against
when?
Keysborough.
Yeah.
Like a week or two
Oh,
ago.
wow, okay.
Yeah, turn around like fadeaway for 3 to win the game. It was a scores tied game winner. So it's a real like license to shoot sort of situation. But yeah, shout outs to Keenan on knocking that one down. Looking forward to seeing him out here. Another ex-Wyndham player. He's all the way, coast to coast. Callum McNiff.
Now, I've been crediting Wyndham on their defence, but that was a little too easy for McNiff.
Yeah, that's that transition defence hasn't been there as much as, geez, when Miles Thomas is elevating like that on a three-point shot, you can put a hand in his face, it doesn't matter.
Easier said than done, I know, Mitch, but you've got to get him off that three-point line. Make him beat you going to the basket.
Good hustle from Herbert.
Like that. As he draws the foul.
Draws the foul, he's going to go to the line, but yeah, obviously when he has the chance to either pull up off the dribble or catch and shoot from a three ball, well, what's he shooting the three at? Shooting the three at 44%.
Yeah, so, you know, that should be your priority, and I'd prefer to take my chances with a help defense in going to the basket, but yeah, easier said than done when he's sitting there lulling you to sleep with crossovers, right?
Yeah, that good change of speed. Like he goes sort of fast and then the slow cross, and then you're expecting him to go fast, and then he just pulls up. And you don't see a lot of players with a real genuine three-point jump shot.
Yes.
Where he's elevating a foot off the ground before he even gets the release off. A lot of players sort of have that release as they go up.
Yep.
Well, that sort of Steph Curry style shot, but Miles just elevates so high up.
Absolutely. As a defender.
He's already 6. He's already like 6'8".
Yeah. Yeah, and there's little you can do with that. I mean, you're going to get a hand in his face, which is going to be at his belly button.
Yeah,
so,
by the time he gets the shot off.
The work needs to be done before he gathers and picks it up and shoots. Once he elevates, it's a little too late.
Wyndham sending some help to the ball. Want it out of McNiff's hands, I think was the message there. As Kane Hines flies by. 3 ball off. Dylan Jenkinson couldn't get that one to go. Joe Davis, little baseline jumper. Also couldn't get it. The foul was on Daniel Herbert on the rebound, I think. So, Wyndham over the limit. Oh, no, sorry. Foul's on Aaron Dolney. So Dylan Jenkinson going to go to the line. 2 free throws. And he gets his first one to drop. Wyndham shooting the 3 ball, not bad here today. I saw that just now. So 50% from beyond the arc.
Yeah.
Miles 3 from 4, Tomey 2 from 2, Troyce even 2 from 5, getting a couple of 3 balls to go. Good read from Jenkinson, looking for some help. Finds Joe Davis trailing, couldn't get the soft touch, and Wyndham back in transition now.
That was a beautiful little hezzy by Oscar, and look, what ended up being a foul, but impressive for Morton to recover.
I mean, we've seen, obviously, Oscar would have seen him as well, Tyrus Morton fly so far here today, and Oscar Jones just don't worry about it. He wasn't too afraid of the contest there, taking one in on Tyrus Morton and going to get to the line.
We've seen him take to the basket a lot more this season, obviously getting more opportunity, more minutes this season, but I felt like, I don't know, maybe Oscar's really been working on his drive game this season, or maybe he's always had it, but definitely seeing a lot of
the confidence.
Yeah.
I guess as you get a bit older, you pack on a little bit more size and get a bit stronger, so he's able to work through that contact. And beautiful pull-up.
That was tough.
McNiff. Been very impressed by McNiff and Morton here. Good defense from the Warriors. Forcing a reset here. It's the 3 ball from Thomas, couldn't go. Late whistle. Going to be called on Kane Hines. And that's one of those whistles where I'm not going to give you the N1.
Yeah.
There's contact. I'm going to wait to see if that drops. If that drops, there's no whistle.
Yeah. few Wyndham players on the bench you can tell kind of disagreed with that, but I mean he was kind of a little bit late getting there, so
Yeah.
probably the right call.
Yeah, that's it. That's the way it goes. Wyndham, a couple of players on 3 fouls. I think that's
Definitely Tony.
Kane, Tomey, and I'm looking next to the scoreboard. Number 13. So Tomey, number 27, Kane, and that's it. Only the 13 and 27. So yeah, just the two of them on 3 fouls. But that's the two big men for really, with no Jovan here today, who would come in and play the 5. I guess with these two players, you'd probably see him come on and play some minutes, but Wyndham going to have to figure it out. See Miles Thomas play the 5 and go small ball. What's not really small ball?
Yeah, look, probably not his typical position, but yeah, definitely on offense. And you know, the league doesn't really have. I mean, others might disagree, but I guess it's more of a guard-centric league.
Yeah, it's not too many big guys.
And
the women's game has a few. The women's league has a few big players inside, like Alicia Carline from the Sherbrooke Suns. I think she goes for 20 and 20 almost every week, and there's a few others as well. But yeah, there's a few like strong big men floating around, like Russell Permenter. I mean, Jordan Vandenberg is a threat inside, but they're not. You don't see those guys going for 20 and 20, I guess, on a regular basis. Even Tomey himself.
That was probably one of the areas that last season, big men, you could probably say, did better against Wyndham. Guys like, do you remember Poundak from Hume?
Yep.
He had a huge game.
McCooey Poundak.
Correct,
yep.
Yeah, so guys like that, but there aren't that many guys like that in this league that are a threat of 20 and 10, I would say.
Daniel Herbert having a look. Thomas in the post. Chase off the 3-point line this time. Shoots a long fade away. Oscar Jones just had the hand in there. Again, the refs are calling. Oh no, it's out of bounds. Sorry, it wasn't a foul. So 2 seconds separate the shot and game clock. Oscar Jones up and in on defense. Just I wouldn't say being aggressive, but just making them work for it. As you see, Wyndham guarding the full court pretty much the whole game. Quick release. Josh Dow got that off in a flash.
Well, we've got a heck of a game on our hands here. Wyndham shooting the percentage they are from 3-point land and only a 2-point game.
So Wyndham 8 of 16, so 50% from the 3-point line, whereas Pakenham just 2 of 10. They've been pretty good in transition, but obviously getting a lot of good looks inside. 2-point ball game. The Pakenham Warriors, what's that? Winning that quarter 20-24, 23 maybe. Win that quarter by a couple of points. Let's just wait for that to refresh. Yeah, 19-23. So game on at halftime. We saw Wyndham with a pretty poor first half last night and come out strong in the second. We'll see if they can do the same thing here today. We'll take a little break and be back with a second half. And welcome back, second half underway. It's a 2-point ball game here at Eagle Stadium. The Warriors on the road against Wyndham. Big Matt Burkick. There's a Falcon off Daniel Herbert. As Burkick tried to post up on Tomi Ailara, went nowhere. As Josh Dow's got a quick release on that 3-ball.
Beautiful rotation, nice looking.
The Warriors are in front, first time in the game. Maybe other than the first sort of couple of possessions. It's been Wyndham ever since. And Josh Dow scooping up an offensive rebound there. Inside, Matt Burkick. And an easy 2 off the glass. Good start to the half from the Warriors. Game on here, Eagle Stadium. Wyndham need an answer. Inside, posting up, Tomi Ailara. Looking for an option. Choice Manassa for 3. Miles Thomas on the rebound. Couldn't get it to go. Another bite at it. Up and up with the glass.
Way to stick with it.
Making Wyndham work for every bucket.
That was great defense by the Warriors.
Yeah, that was.
They like that little, oh,
Tomi Ailara.
I was about to say they like that little handoff, but Tomi Ailara likes it as he gets his steal.
Tomi,
he averages a few steals.
he averages
a
2
game.
steals a game.
Yeah. That's impressive.
I think he had a bunch last night. I think he had like 6 last night against Camberwell. As a hand in the face of Josh Dow was enough to put that one off. Herbert looking to show some speed. He's quick. There's Manassa. Couldn't get the finish off the glass. I think Tomi was trying to tip that in as well and missed that one. Oh, inside. Good feed. Cody Fredrickson.
That was a beautiful little dribble and push pass.
I'm not sure who the assignment was on Joe Davis, but it was missed and he was wide open in the paint. Still the Warriors by a point. Oscar Jones letting one fly from deep, trying to get himself going. There's a little handoff you were mentioning. Inside, Burkick off the glass again, lefty.
Yeah, both teams using that little handoff, obviously, big part of both their games, but yeah. Pakenham executing very nicely.
That was a bit lazy from Tomi, trying to find Manassa.
Burkak with some really quality minutes to start the second half.
Yeah, he's coming out firing. Oh, Joe Davis.
Old school move. Back to the basket. Excellent footwork.
5-point lead now.
Yeah.
Tomi Ailara showing some handles. Fredrickson fouls on Herbert as he's on his way in. I think from a Wyndham fan perspective and from a Wyndham team perspective, these are the times where you look to people like Troyce Manassa. He's got 10 in the first half, but you're going to need a player like that to step up because he can be so damaging on the scoreboard, but also from the assists. He's so dangerous in many different facets.
Absolutely.
This is where you need those players with the experience as well. I think that's probably the most important thing.
Yep.
Pretty experienced player. Just to rally the troops, especially with a couple of young guys out there like Daniel and Oscar Jones. Bit of experience from Troyce. He's hustling on defense, and that's often what starts a comeback. Now that they're down 5, get themselves back in this game is defense. Fredrickson gets into the paint. Couldn't get that one to go. Second bite of the cherry. There's the 3-ball from Burkick. No good. It's Tomi Ailara. Going to put it on the floor again. As Wyndham, you think maybe almost being too selfless there.
Yeah.
Passing that one around.
And enjoying a real quality game. I feel like there's a little bit of intensity, a little more intensity. Not that there wasn't in the first half, but you just feel the energy go up a level,
Yeah.
don't you? I'm loving this little matchup, Davis and Thomas.
Straight cash from Oscar Jones.
Straight cash.
It didn't look like missing, did it? That's just out of the hand. I think even he knew that out of the hand. That was good. Wyndham still shooting the 3-ball at a good clip. Just below 50% now. They might put it back up above it. But any time a team's shooting the ball over 50% from 3, it's going to be a good game. Oh, Miles Thomas almost misses the layup. And just like that, game is all square. So Wyndham, a bit of back and forth to start this third quarter as we see that the two players have been pretty impactful in McNiff and Morton have been off the court during this run. And they're about to check in at the next whistle. Maybe that was a tactical foul from Josh Dow to get the whistle to bring those players on. I had a player sitting there on the sideline for about a minute and a half at the end of the game yesterday in the under-12s. Wanted to sub back on. I'm like, yeah, you're on next whistle. There wasn't a whistle for the last minute and a half.
It's when you get a ball and you sort of throw it on the court to make the refs stop the game. Yeah?
The Jason Kidd spilled the water. Well, you see the play when they're going to get subbed off for shooting the free throws, you know. As Herbert was throwing a lob from deep. This Miles Thomas 3-ball was, geez, that was
in and out.
Tommy was looking for another poster.
He's due for one.
He's due for one. Oh, cameraman Troy's not here today, so hopefully he doesn't miss anything too spectacular. I saw photos. Have a look on, it'd be on Tomy's Instagram feed, but probably get posted around. But he put one of the Camberwell players on it. He had the hand on the head of one of the Camberwell players. Absolute doozy.
Was that last night?
That was last night, yeah. I'll have to go back and find the moment. At the end of the third quarter, I was told it was somewhere around there. So you'll have to go and find that for yourself. As he makes the second of the two free throws. Puts Wyndham up by a single point. 4 minutes to play and some change here in the third quarter. See what McNiff is guarded by Manasseh. Inside to Dow. Good defense from Tommy. Troy's
just too strong.
Got a good look off in the end. He was working hard for it.
Great move under the basket, but unlucky there.
There's a lot of contact from all directions there, and it was, at the end of the day, adjudicated an out-of-bounds ball. As Josh Norling's in for Wyndham.
And interesting with McNiff and Morton starting on the bench first part of the third quarter. Pakenham will definitely need to look to get them going again. They've been solid for them so far this game.
So what have we got? Morton and McNiff at? McNiff 11 and Morton 9. There you go. Well, both off the bench, yeah. So 20 points off the bench for those two.
Just well-rounded Pakenham, aren't they?
Yeah.
A lot of different options.
Definitely. As loose ball, fumbled there, and it's the Warriors' ball. Again, defense keeping himself in this game.
That's from the playbook of Bellarine last week.
Yeah, just hustle.
Yeah.
Hustle and work hard. And Morton is guarded by Miles Thomas. Pakenham going small with Davis playing the 5 for them. Good box out from Tommy. Good recovery. Came across late to put a body on Davis. Change of direction from Manasseh. Gets into the paint, off the glass, and one. I spoke about Troy stepping up and trying to do things for Wyndham. He's been pretty big in that, sort of after that. I obviously heard what I said, I think is probably what I'm saying. And he's really trying to take on. You've seen he's been pretty aggressive trying to get to the paint. I think he missed a layup, but even just there you could see, he just sees that little gap. I don't think, one of those players doesn't see defenders but sees the gaps in between defenders. And as soon as he can find a little way through just to get into the paint and then figures it out from there.
Unlikely to fly and dunk it, but just jet quick and obviously super strong.
Thomas, 3-ball from the corner. No good. Manasseh just uses the body to protect that ball.
Like I've said before, he's, I think, 6'2", 6'3", but plays like he's 6'6".
That'll be Troy's 9th rebound, I think, if not number 10. Kane Hines with a hand in.
On his way to a double-double.
Yeah, definitely. So that's probably his, I don't think it's refreshed yet. That might be his 4th offensive rebound. So Wyndham doing well there with 12 offensive rebounds. I think they've had more shots. Yeah, they've had a few more field goal attempts and everything, but they're back in front by 5. So a bit of a back and forth third quarter here. Here's Morton, shot clock down to single figures. Good defense from Jones, just to be active without giving the foul away. Especially one of the guards you see there in the paint. And that's a foul from Manasseh.
McNiff did well to draw that.
Yeah, pretty rough. I think Manasseh realised he fouled and goes, well, I may as well do this properly, and gave him a shove.
Yeah.
There's no point to do things in half measures, I suppose.
The worst thing you can do is a soft foul and a guy gets a and one.
Yeah, especially a player like McNiff's been pretty dangerous already. Has he been to the line? Has McNiff been to the line? He has, one trip. 50%. See if he can improve on that. Obviously not.
Commentator's curse.
I do that far too often. So 2:10 to play here in the third quarter. Warriors needing a couple of stops here to get themselves going. Look for
Definitely a lower scoring game this afternoon.
Look for an Aaron Dolan. Yeah, we had a pretty high scoring first quarter. It sort of slowed down since then. The defense sort of kicked in. That's a very Oscar Jones. I reckon that hang in the air and off the glass is a little bit, he's learned that from Troy Manasseh over the last few months here in Wyndham.
He does that little hezzy so well, Oscar Jones. Just enough to make the defense second guess themselves, maybe think he's going to pull up, and then he takes it right to the bucket.
Well, there was the Aaron Dolney corner 3. He couldn't get it to go. Shooter in the corner, wide open, was Michael Johns. Couldn't do any damage. Jones doubled. Dolney finds the bottom of the net from downtown. And he takes the charge on the other end.
As Wyndham starting to pull away maybe a little bit here.
Good momentum shift there with the 3-ball from downtown, and I'd like to see where Aaron's feet were there. He might have been pretty close to that no charge zone, but maybe just outside, as the referee sure would have been paying attention to that, as it's out to 9. Thomas. 3-ball, no good. Which I think he's got a fair argument to make now. Then Thomas was trying to say to the ref that he was coming in to his landing space, which, to be fair, I think that wasn't too far off, so maybe something to look out for. Pakenham need one. Keep themselves in this going into the last break. 3-ball from Morton, no good. And Burkek on the rebound was fouled by Thomas. So Wyndham still with a couple of fouls to give, so Pakenham going to get a fresh 14 on the shot clock.
And I want to keep it definitely under 10 going into the fourth. Let's see how they... beautiful pass by Burke.
I think it was Oscar Jones missed the assignment there. Good find from the big fella. Find McNiff on the cut. There's the shot clock and game clock pretty much synced up here. Down to 10 now as we're looking to finish off this third quarter. Miles Thomas on the buzzer. Gets that off just in time. I thought Josh Norman got his off in a flash, but there still was a bit of time to go.
Also saw Aaron Dolney fly through the paint. Did you see that?
I just was looking, and then all of a sudden Aaron Dolney's head was up near the ring.
He's itching for
He was nowhere near the ball.
He's itching for a tip in this season.
He's itching for a tip in jam. Absolutely right. But it was Miles Thomas in the right place at the right time, knocking down a nice little fadeaway jump shot there. As the end of the quarter just expired, Miles Thomas up to 18 points, 10 rebounds, so double-double for Miles.
And Pakenham will definitely need to keep looking at some of their key contributors. We've got Joe Davis with 15. They'll be looking for him to get those nice looks back to the basket in the post. McNiff, always dangerous. He's got 14. He can shoot the three, he takes to the bucket. And Morton, quite the athlete. So, yeah, definitely got options there. Still very much within grasp, only a 9-point game. But, yeah, you're just sensing that Wyndham are starting to pull away a little bit. But as we know, such a game of runs, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right. Well, we saw... was it the Wyndham won the first quarter by 6, Pakenham won the second quarter by 4, then Wyndham won that quarter by 7. So Pakenham going to need to have a big fourth quarter here to make up this 9-point deficit and then hold out down the stretch. You feel like with Wyndham, you know, after losing a tight one last week against Bellarine, who was it? It was Oscar Jones tying it up with what, a minute and a half, 2 minutes to go?
Yeah.
When was it? It was pretty late in the game, pulled up and knocked the three down to tie it up. They won't want to go down on too many tight ones like that again.
So, Mitch, what do we always do come start of the fourth quarter? We make a bit of a prediction.
Okay, go for it.
I'm going to say Wyndham 90, Pakenham 77. It's not to take anything away from Pakenham, but just having a punt.
Okay, all right. So it's a pretty even 90 to 77. It's a pretty even fourth quarter.
Yeah.
I do like that. I think that's. I'm going to give Pakenham a few more buckets. I think it's 90 to 82.
Okay.
92-82. I'll go 92-82.
92.
We'll see how we go here as things are underway with Herbert. Floater again, in and out. Almost tipped his own one in. There's Herbert. I think there's 2 points here today. A couple of nice floaters haven't gone for him. Outside.
Oh, Morton, great hustle there.
Morton has been active in the paint. Fredrickson loses his footing. Jones diving, Morton elevating, and one. Tony Ilara saying there wasn't much he could do there. He's going to pick up his fourth foul.
You know who Fredrickson reminds me a little bit of? Is it Nathan Davies from McKinnon last year? Just like with that little nice shot fake. Both of them very sort of, they really sell that shot fake and they will pull up.
Yeah,
They've got sort of similar games that way. Probably Davies more of a three-point shooter maybe, but.
Good defense from the Warriors. Jones pulling the trigger on that one pretty quickly. Good rebound from Morton. Flings one. That's deep in the corner. Good rebound, scooped up by Jenkinson. Oh, Burkick, that's
I wanted that to go in. Beautiful footwork.
Tommy Ailara swatting one. Aaron Dolney comes up with the loose ball. Herbert had the contact, rode it. He knew the whistle was coming and draws the foul on Cody Fredrickson. Jeez, he's fast.
I was about to say, plenty of pace, Daniel Herbert. He's fast, but he's also the ability to accelerate quickly, just like stop and start. It's very impressive. A couple of times when you see him go off on-ball screens, just the ability to just take it to the bucket.
As he gets to the line and knocks down a free throw. 0 from 2 on his first trip up to the line. Just his third point for the day, averaging about 8.5 coming in.
Daniel Herbert has 4 points.
So Wyndham up by 11 now. Oh, beautiful work. Did all the hard work inside Burkick. Kane Hines using a couple of screens there.
Good D by Morton.
Miles Thomas doing some hard work under the ring.
He's got a lot of rebounds, a lot of offensive rebounds. Let's see how many.
That might be his 6th. I reckon he's got 12. 12 boards,
Yeah.
depending on when the stats update. That might be his 6th offensive rebound. I couldn't see a single thing that was happening under there because the ref was blocking me out.
He got one.
It just looked like scrappy stuff under the basket. Yeah. I want to see Kane Hines on that handoff because they're now playing off Kane because they know he's going to hand it off.
Yeah.
So I want to see Kane just keep that and just
Take it to the basket.
take it to the basket
Slam it down.
or pull up and take the shot. Like, he can shoot the ball. He's pretty effective with the ball when he does take a shot. But we've got a field goal attempt from Kane so far. 12 minutes, 0 field goal attempts. Not that he, and he's probably turned down a couple. He definitely could have put a couple up.
Yeah.
I think they're playing him knowing he's not going to put it up. As Davis gets inside, friendly roll.
Beautiful touch from Davis. 17 points for the game.
It's been very impressive.
Great minutes from Burkett too, just unfortunately missed a couple of those.
Yeah. Jones ran out of options, ends up throwing it away. Flinging the ball around the Warriors. No good, unfortunately, from Ned Wideman. Couldn't get the 3 ball to go. It was good ball movement up until that point. There's Aaron Dolney missing the 3. He takes another charge. Two charges taken in the second half. Aaron Dolney
Very impressive.
loves it too. Loves taking a charge, Aaron Dolney. Trying to get him to see if he'd answer. He's in the zone. That one, he was definitely out of the no charge zone. Just gets to the spot. I think he's just happy just to be there and just wall up. That's what, talk about it. The juniors get pumped that big time. Is just getting their wall up, being in a good defensive position. I think players at this level are expecting someone to fly and try and go for the block. And that's the second charge he's taken. About a quarter of basketball as he puts one on the floor.
Great take.
Great take. Gets saw contact coming. I think he was going to his favoured left hand.
We haven't seen him do that too much in the games we've commentated, but obviously more than capable.
Something that's definitely developed his confidence in that the last few years. I think maybe playing in the States, a bit of college stuff over the off season has helped him out. But definitely the confidence and the athleticism to get up and get in. It's Wyndham's free throw percentage is 40%, 45%. As Aaron knocks 1 of 2 down. They've missed. They knocked down half of the ones they missed. This game's 15 points in their favour. doing the hard work and getting to the line, but they're not doing the damage. Good ball movement here. As Joe Davis was driving in. Foul called on Miles Thomas.
Great patience by Joe Davis. I've said that a few times this afternoon, but just great footwork. I think he threw in a little jab step and went to his preferred left. He's fun to watch.
Yeah.
He's very sound fundamentally.
Takes his time on those free throws as well.
Look, I was going to say something, but it's so quiet in here.
Yeah, not a big crowd Mother's Day Sunday afternoon here at Eagle Stadium. Not the biggest crowd you'll see all year. Joe Davis, 2 for 2 on his trip to the line. So I think I heard, it might have been Jamie Lee Pierce down the end said too long as he was holding the first one. Bit of trash talk from the women's team down there in the corner in the VIP section. As Miles probably missed a trick there. Going back to the right hand. We'd like to see that lefty off the glass on the way in there. I think the switch back to the right just took too much of his momentum away. One for the kids at home as Manasseh's back on.
Oh, thought Fredrickson was going to go up with that.
Yeah.
Here we go. Let's see what Davis has got.
Oh, great hustle. Good teamwork there and patience from Joe Davis. It's back to 4 points now. Kane Hines is going to foul out, I think. Moving screen on the handoff. So Kane Hines' day is done. And Tomi Ailara's going to check back in with 4.
Oh, this might be interesting with 5 minutes left, 4-point game.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I mean, this is where you'd go to Matt Burkick, who's been pretty dangerous. He's looked good for only had 4 points. He's looked better than that, absolutely. But now with him and Davis playing inside. Davis with 21. You need the rim protection from Wyndham is down to Tomi Ailara with 4 fouls. So he's got to pretty much just stand there, put your arms up, and try and contest without giving one away.
Yep. I've been impressed by Pakenham. They're and even there in defence, just the way they play that handoff, they really show high and sort of double or half double. It's been impressive, and it's kind of influenced, you'd say, a pretty low-scoring game, I'd say. And on the other end, they execute nice. They get the ball through a lot of hands. They know where their strengths are, and then their bigs here in the fourth have been impressive. Yeah, and you're right, Burkick. His stats don't jump out at you, and he's missed a couple of easy ones, but he's had a solid impact on the game. Also a good passing big man.
Yeah, he's got a couple of assists. Oh, just the 1 assist. Yeah, again, I don't think his stats do him justice. He's looked a lot better than that. But I think look for him down the stretch now. Tomi Ailara with 4 fouls. He's got 5.5 to play. Another little side bet going on. Does Tomi foul out in this game down the stretch? I think he might. He'll be trying very hard not to, but I reckon he might get one. As Miles Thomas helps him out and scoops up the rebound. Tomi Ailara knocks a 3-ball down.
Big bucket by Tomi Ailara.
Thought Aaron Dolney had the open corner 3. Oh, Davis. Good defense from Ailara there. That's what I said, walling up, just create the contest. He's got outside again. Tomi for 3 this time, no good. So Wyndham up 7 with 4.5 to play. Good help from Thomas. Deep threes. Good. Cody Fredrickson cuts the lead to 4.
He hits double figures, 10 points for Fredrickson.
Manasseh just wants to slow things down. Miles Thomas.
Not a lot you can do there.
Nice composure, putting that one off the glass. 20 points for him to go with, 13 boards, so a big game for Miles in a fairly low-scoring game. I think we're taking the under on that chat from three-quarter time. Manasseh gets into the paint. Couldn't get the lefty little runner to go. Stomey's got to let him go by. Manasseh.
Good patience by Manasseh.
Yeah.
As he was met by a tall timber.
Yeah, Choice Manasseh saw Burkick as the matchup, and you know, usually his modus operandi is get in there, create some contact, and use the body to protect the ball. It's given away a bit of size on Matt Burkick there, and decided to kick things out and reset, and it ends up in a Manasseh corner 3. Wyndham back up 9. Troyce creates some space again, goes back-to-back buckets.
And he is always a problem in the fourth quarter, and we know that from watching him last year when he played Pakenham.
Against Wyndham in the fourth quarter, that's right.
And you said it. It was one of the things you said in the third was the importance of Troyce stepping up, and he's certainly done that here in the fourth.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Just up to 17 points now, 10 rebounds. Just the 2 assists, 2 steals, and a block. So filling up the stat sheet in many ways, but just being an absolute headache. Like I said earlier in the game that shooting the 3 ball, Choice Manasseh was shooting the 3 coming in 16%. So
I find that very surprising.
He's 3 from 7,
Yeah.
so he's shooting it at 43% here today. So yeah, that's something that's a bit of a killer for the Warriors, because they would have had the report saying, look, Choice isn't shooting the 3 ball at a good clip.
Yeah.
If he backs up to the 3-point line, allow him a bit of space so you can sort of stop that dribble penetration, which is where he's so deadly. And then he goes 3 from 7, and especially down the stretch as well, knocks one down there.
So were the other 2 in tight fourth quarter contests?
Yeah. Yeah, so that's good work from Choice Manasseh, as Oscar Jones has been quiet by his own standards.
Yeah. Yeah, still 10 points, but probably coming off the 30
I think he
point
just
game.
gets hot.
Yeah.
I think Oscar Jones just catches a heater and just can't be stopped.
Yeah.
When the games where he's got to grind it out a little bit more, it's a bit harder for him. But he's only played the 20-odd minutes here today, so he hasn't played a ton with 2.5 to go.
The averages are low 20s in terms of minutes. Very efficient.
That's a good point. There's McNiff, haven't seen him for a little while. Tommy Olara gets a block. It's dangerous going for swats when you got 4 fouls. Hands out, Tommy. No foul. Doing his best. As I think Morton was trying to draw one on him. That's off. We could see that from here. Yeah, Morton trying to create as much contact with Tommy as he could. And Tommy's trying to... It's funny because Tommy's trying to get out of the way as much as he can. And Tyrus Morton was trying to create as much as he could. Troyce dribbles into a bit of trouble. Finds Herbert. Cross-court pass. Wyndham up 11. Happy just to take some time off the clock here, really. Oh, corner 3 specialist. Tommy Olara. Move over, Aaron Dolney. Tommy Olara's taking corner 3s now.
How many threes is that? Is that 4?
That's his 4th triple. As we see Tommy often pull them from the top of the key. I think we were speaking last week about if he had a shot chart from each spot, that his hot spot, you would say, is top of the key.
Yeah.
Whereas he's setting up in the corner for that.
Yeah.
And he's 3 from 5.
He's got 19 points, and I said he's not really a guy who'll get you sort of 20 and 10. And in my face,
He's got 16 and 6 with a minute to play.
19, I think that's...
Oh, that hasn't ticked over yet.
Yeah.
There you go. There's Manasseh. Good defense from Morton. And Weidman. Tony Ailara gets the jam.
Right on cue.
21 for him now. He leads all scorers. We were talking about him not being overly offensively productive, but yeah, he picks up 21 points here today. Still with a little bit of time left in this game. As you'd say, Wyndham have it under wraps now. Good defense from Morton. I think he got a piece of that. It was a nice pass from Tomey, looking for Jones inside. Pakenham needs something to go here. Knock one down, Josh Dow. I think they've left this full court press a bit late. Like now they're down 13. It's like, oh, now we're going to press and go hard on the ball. It's like, hang on a second, where's that been the last few minutes? Jones in the corner, jumping up and down for it. It's Manassa with a fadeaway. Josh Dow is going to retreat out to the corner. Fresh air, that one. Wyndham going to keep this pace up. Number 4 for Tomey. Oh, that's not missing. That's his 5th triple of the game.
And he'd be loving life. 24 points of the game.
Are we going to see Wyndham? They'll get the ball back here.
Yep. But you see, they're going to dribble it out, so.
Yeah, well, Wyndham aren't.
Huh?
Wyndham are not
Oh,
going
they're
to.
not?
This is going to go down the court. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely. Yeah, we don't do that here.
Yeah, you're right.
That's the message from Troyce Manassa is we don't dribble this
And
out.
you know what? I know that's controversial, but I'm good with that, you know?
Yeah.
Think about the season.
And Morton's going to get a couple.
Last year's season came down
The
to
points
the
are
wire,
good.
and every little bit matters.
Yeah.
So, look, I know some purists wouldn't like it, but I'm completely comfortable with that.
We're going to send the message as Wyndham representatives.
Yeah.
We don't dribble it out here,
Yep.
Jules.
Yeah.
That's not what we do.
That's not what we do.
That's the official press release
Yep.
coming from Mitch and Jules,
Yeah.
commentators. By no means official representations of the Wyndham Basketball Club, but I mean that's the message there. Troyce Manassa,
Yep.
like, got the ball with 10 seconds left, and the Warriors just thought, oh, he's just going to, and he's like, I'm taking this 2 points. Thank you very much.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. So I think he ends up with, does he end up with 21? No, he ends up with 19. But, I mean, it's fair enough. It's what they're going to do. When a game is, when a season can come down to percentages, whether you make finals, miss finals, or you get a home final or an away final, you take every bucket you can get. I mean, Tommy Ailara, 24 points. 5 from 7.
There you go, and that's your big man shooting that type of a clip.
And that was, by the end of the game, was setting up corner threes. It wasn't like he was just pulling them off, you know, late in the shot clock or when it was the last resort. They were setting him up in the corner, and it really, 3 of them in the fourth quarter?
Yeah.
Of his 5. So this game was on the wire going into the fourth quarter, and Tommy Ailara goes bang, bang, bang from outside and puts on 9 points.
Big fourth quarter performances also from Troyce Manassa coming up big in fourth, but solid game all around. And then shout out to Miles Thomas. He was a terror this afternoon.
20 points, 14 rebounds, 5 assists, and a steal to go with it. So a big game from Miles.
And look, Pakenham, obviously, Wyndham were the favourites. People will see the box score, but it was much closer than 87-73. They look good. I expect them to be in the top 4 or competing for the top 4.
Well, they were 4th coming into today, so they might find themselves just slipping out after that. Hopefully we see Malik Colvin-Seldon back, which they might need a little bit more help and that offensive productivity on. They're managing 73 points here today. But we'll see how things shake out for the rest of the season in that department. I think that's going to wrap things up here, Jules. So shout-outs to Wyndham, 2 strong in the end, as Miles Thomas has a photo opportunity there. Might be some, I'm not sure, some fans, maybe some fans or family, I don't know.
And next game for both teams, Wyndham play Western Port this coming Saturday.
Saturday night.
Yep, and then Pakenham play Sunbury on Sunday.
Just the one game for both teams next week, and I'm sure they'll be much appreciated. Some of these doubleheaders start to rack up.
Yep.
But that's it. We're going to call it a day. Get back for our Mother's Day duties. Shout out to all the mothers out there watching. Hope you enjoy your Sunday. And Wyndham too strong, despite a strong defensive effort from the Pakenham Warriors here today. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.